guys, welcome to the most awaited session of the updates in Java 8, which is Lambdas. Now, to understand Lambda, we need a few of the more interfaces and which will make you familiar with concept of Lambda. So, I'm going to create one interface, and let's say the name of the interface is my Lambda. And inside this my Lambda, I'm going to declare one abstract method. Name of that method is void display. Right now, before we go to Lambda, we are going to understand the different approaches by which I can implement this interface. Of course, we know a couple of ways, and we are moving ahead from the traditional approaches to the new approaches or the advanced approaches of Lambda. So the first and the foremost thing I'm going to do is a simple implementation that we know. So inside this, I'm going to have, let's say, public static void main, and name of a class I'm going to have is my lambda impl, and this is going to implement my lambda. And we know that I need to override some method. So the method that I know is a display method, which is going to be overridden. And inside the display method, I would say system.println in display of let's say subclass. And obvious thing that I do is create object of this my lambda implementation. M is equal to new my lambda implementation, and then I call m dot display. And we know that obviously it prints me the output from this overridden method. So this is one way by which I can do the implementation. However, there is one more way by which I'll be able to do this implementation, and which is called as an anonymous inner class concept. So let's do that thing. So let me create another class, and name of this class is, let's say, my lambda inner implementation. And this will also have a public static void main. And inside this, I'm going to declare one method, and name of that method is, let's say, impl method. And what we are going to do is that inside this impl method, I'm going to create the anonymous inner object. So how do I do that is my lambda m is equal to new my lambda, and you would see that I have created this anonymous inner class now. So the way to read it that is I'm going to create a class dynamically which is of type lambda. So this new my lambda says that this is the object of a class which is of type my lambda, but this is anonymous object. There is no name to this class, but the display method is there which I can implement. And inside this I would say system.println in display using inner class. And what you could do simply is you can say m dot display. So you have written a body for yourself inside this impl method, and then you are going to call the display method. Okay, now if this is clear, then what we need to do is that simply I need to create object of my lambda inner implementation. Let us say ml is equal to new my lambda inner implementation, and then I would call ml dot impl method. So this impl method will internally create object of your my lambda, and then from this object of my lambda I'm going to call this display method that we have written. So this is the way you write your implementation, or you write your subclasses to implement the interface. So we have seen two different approaches, and now we are going to talk about how do I create something which is called as lambdas. So how to do that? Let's see. So let's create a class, and name of this class is let's say lambda impl, and inside that again I'm having the public static void main, and I'm going to create one method for this void, let's say my method. And what I want is I want the implementation of the method which is present into this my lambda, but I want it in a declaration way rather than having it in a functional way, rather than having it in a kind of a class and implementation, all this stuff. So how to do it? Let's say, so I'm going to have a reference of my lambda, create object, let's say m, and let us write one method, or let us write a body for that. How to do it? I'm going to write it and then I'm going to explain it. Bracket followed by arrow operator, and then you end it. And inside that I'm going to write some statement, let's say system out println inside the lambdas, and then I would say m dot display. Let us execute this, and then I'm going to call it. So create object of lambda implementation, L is equal to new lambda implementation, and you can say L dot my method. This my method is obviously going to call this, then I'm going to call display inside that, and if I execute this, you will see that it prints me inside lambdas. Now let's have an explanation to this, which is really important and interesting. Now what we are talking here is I'm going to create the object of implementation class of this my lambda. Understand this? I'm going to have the object of a class which is going to be implementation of this my lambda, and I'm going to refer it by m, and I'm going to override one method. Now remember, lambdas are going to be used in the functional interface approach. Of course, I'm having another session. In the next session immediately we are going to talk about what is functional interface. But to me, as if now functional interface is a method, or functional interface is an interface which contains a single method. So this particular arrow says that I'm going to talk with a method which does not take any argument. So how does it is going to be identify which method? That's going to be a complexity, and because of that there is only a single method which has to be precisely present in your interface if you are going to work with lambdas. Now how this is connected is, this is my lambda for which I'm going to write lambda implementation, and if you see there is only a single method. So when I say I'm going to work with this lambda implementation, the meaning of this bracket is I am going to talk with this display method, and I'm talking to this bracket. In fact, if there is some argument present into this bracket, let's say this is something which is called as an int x, let's say, then if it is int x, it is going to be failed. Of course, we are going to talk about that after a few minutes, that how do I deal with parameters also in argument. But ideally what I want to show right now is this particular structure says that this is a reference to a method, or this is indicating a method which does not take any argument, and name of a method is not necessary because it is a functional interface which contains only single method. So I would call it as, in fact, something which is called as functional interface. Right now, functional interfaces should not have two methods. Ideally you can also have annotation for that, and which will control any method declared if another method is declared inside that. For example, if I say void show, then this will fail because you have written that it's a functional interface, and functional interface will contain only single method. So you have to be make sure that it will contain only single method. Now as I told you that this particular arrow, or this particular rather bracket, represent this particular signature of a method, right? And the body of this particular method is written or pointed by this arrow operator. So you can call it as a pointer which points to a body, or you can call it as a arrow which is pointing towards a particular body, and this is the body I'm going to write. So this is technically the body of display method, right? So you are not writing any class which is implementing anything. You are not writing anything which is uh, actually saying class implement something something then override the method. Nothing is required. It's a declaration way to override your method, and once you do that, you are going to call this display, right? If you want to write another way, or if you want to create one more object, you can do it by saying my lambda, let us say m1, inside lambdas of m1, and then you will say m1 dot display, and just execute this. You will see that the lambdas are created, right? So this is the way the lambdas are worked in Java 8. We are going to see another interesting implementation of lambda, where we are going to talk about how do I work with lambda with parameters as well. So let's talk about working lambdas with parameters. Now to work with lambda as a parameter, I'm going to create one class, let's say, or one rather interface, which is important thing. And name of that interface is my lambda param. And I'm going to write one method here, which is public void add int a int b. Right? This is a method declaration which I want, let's say. Now, what you could do is you can again write the similar way of this lambda implementation. So I'm going to write, let's say, new class, and I'm going to call it as lambda param impl. I'm going to say public static void main, which is my startup method, and I'm going to create another method, public void show, and over here I'm going to create my lambda. So how do I do that is create, let's say, my lambda param mp, and then you are going to say equal to sign. Remember that. How do I do that? In my earlier case is I'm going to create a reference followed by that arguments. Now here you are going to be a bit precise. This is argument, and this argument should match with the argument over here. So this declaration should match. So it contains two arguments. These two arguments I'm going to declare it here with x and y. I'm going to declare here with x and y. So what does it mean is I'm going to have these two data members. I'm going to have these two data members which are present inside this add. So this is a single method, again remember this, and I'm going to point the body, and I'm going to write the body. I'm going to point the body, and I'm going to write the body. Now this x and y, as I told you, represents this a and b. So whatever you want to write with this a and b, you have to do it with x and y. So I would say system.println x plus y. So I'm passing two arguments which is having the name as x and y, the data type of which is matching with a and b, and I'm going to print those, or I'm going to call it as an addition. Now this is implementation of add. So I'm going to say mp dot add in bracket 10 comma 20, and then I would say lambda param implementation mpi is equal to new lambda param implementation, and mpi dot show will call that particular lambda, right? So I got my addition using my lambdas, right? So this is all about basics of lambdas. We are going to talk much more things on the lambdas in the coming sessions as well. In the next session I'm going to talk about how do I work lambda along with objects.